What's up, YouTube? It's UA from the Strictly Broken YouTube channel, and this is not the video for this, but you can tell by my background and this video the quality, the cam setup and everything. There's a huge upgrade. I would do a video on my setup. This is not the video for that, but like I promised last week that we were really taking content creation seriously this time around, and you can see a visible change. I got lighting fixtures left, right, up here in front as well. Oh, my hands are appearing. Like, we're really trying this time around, and I'm still getting used to the setup. But this is a deck profile. This is another post Twinkle Melody Bermuda deck. This is Vert. I think Vert is the strongest Bermuda deck. Like, a lot of people say it's Lupina or Plon, but Vert for me has so much advantage, so much plussing. It's able to play the strongest card still in all the strongest Bermuda cards, and it's a 4 grade 3 deck, which I really like because it means you have more guard value and everything, and you're basically able to. It's still a multi attack too. Like, it does everything, and everything I want in a deck. So I think Vert's really strong, and this is the Bermuda deck that I like the most out of all of them, or this or Anish. So let's just straight into the profile. So starting off, it's a Vert deck profile. It's Prism basically. You play 4 Vert. This card's just absolutely crazy, triple drive. And it calls a unit that draws a card. Like, that's 2 pluses in 1 card. The triple drive isn't even counterblast costed. And yeah, this card is absolutely crazy. The one downside that this deck has, I'll say this now, is that sometimes you won't set up your bind zone by the first time you hit the Vert grade 3. And then it struggles a little bit, like if you're just not drawing pieces and stuff. But you play so many grade 1s to help you get there. And Liesel as usual, broken card to help you just peel more cards to see your prism cards. Once you see the 2 prism cards that you need to see to do combos, you're basically set to win the game. And that's the only factor that's stopping you from winning, honestly, in my opinion. So sometimes you don't draw those pieces, but what deck functions when you don't draw your rear guards? Not many. So yeah, that's this grade 3, absolutely crazy. And it's the only grade 3 we play. So you don't need other ones because your grade 2 fetches this card from top 7. And you just do so many peel. You're totally also okay with V assisting, G assisting, because if you take that -1 there, you're replenishing so many pluses that neg is totally inconsequential. So yeah, just 4 grade 3s, the most broken grade 3 that you can play, and yeah. Next, the 4 Liesel lot for Aqua. This is, I'll mention this in every Bermuda deck profile V Premium standard that I'm doing. These 2 cards together are like just absolutely busted. Some people play less copies of Aqua. I'll always do 4 and 4 because seeing like 1 Lieselot and 1 Aqua in the early game is just a recipe for success. Before, when you saw 2 Lieselots in your opening hand, you usually felt like you won the game as Bermuda, and now you don't have to anymore because you have 4 more Aquas to replace the second Lieselot because you can just bounce the Lieselot. There's really nothing else to say. Another play with Aqua that you can do in this deck is if you make like a Vert play and you don't have like 2 copies of the grade 1 Prism, when you call it off of the Vert for the first Vert combo, the next turn you can play an Aqua to bounce the grade 1 Vert card and discard it immediately, so that you don't have to do an overplay or a minus to you don't have the minus to actually set up full Vert combo all over again, because if you have to like hard play over the grade 1 to get it in grave, that just feels bad. But with Aqua, you're just like the grade 1 Prism card that you get off the field replenishes yourself a card in the hand now with the Aqua. So that's a sick thing you could do in this specific deck with Aqua. So yeah, there's really nothing else to say about these 2 cards. They're just absolutely crazy. You always have to play them. The 8 other Prism cards. So this one gets you pluses, this one gets you power, and the plus card also gets itself another 10k power. The columns are huge, and they're it's multi-attack column, right? You swing 2 weenie mediocre columns that have force markers on them, and then you make the Vert restand. You get these 2 giant units. The power card gets you more power on your Vanguard, and it's just huge swings. When you're going for like a big kill turn, you don't need to summon the plussing card anymore. You can just summon 2 of the grade 2, and then your whole front row gets 20k. Next up, we play 4 copies of the Ellie. So I can't play Ellie in premium, but I can play this jank version of Ellie in standard. It makes me feel somewhat okay with the fact that my favorite card is banned. This card's not that great, but 20k shield's good. It helps you survive against some of the crazy stuff that's going on in standard right now, like what's it called, Gav Rail, the full combo. If you get these cards and you can use the card to get an extra 10k shield, a little bit of shield goes a long way. Other than that, Vert, this whole deck goes through, the deck speed is like huge. You're going through your deck extremely quickly, and you might even get into situations where you're running low on deck size. And it's just nice that Ellie actually puts a card back into your deck, right? So that's really cool. It's also a booster that gets you, so you can commit boost with this card, and your opponent basically has to guard, or you're gonna get the Ellie back to your hand because it just kills itself and you search the other one. So you basically get like a free 8k on a column, or you rip out like a bunch of cards from your opponent's hand, which is pretty nice. I think the card is not amazing, but it's quite good in this deck, considering you are actually milling quite a bit, and you're going through your deck so fast that getting those cards back into your deck is actually helpful sometimes. And loading up your deck again, we play Spiana. Spiana is not great. Spiana, also in the same vein as Ellie, helps us keep our deck size bigger sometimes when we're about to deck out. Which is fringe again, but it does happen. This deck can go very long because its hand size is really big. But what's great is that it does countercharge. You can go through 2 CB, and sometimes even like some turns you can go through 2 CB at once, because you can actually proc the grade 2 Prism card after you use the Vert. So like Vert calls this, you can because it's on place and not from hand, you can just use it after you call it. So you can use 2 CB in one turn, and you can get CB starved sometimes. So and in long games, you will get CB starved. So this card just helps you replenish some counterblast that you can use to do more Vert. Yeah, again, these 7 cards, with triple drive, with draw, with Liesel-Lots, with Aquas, you're going through your deck really quick. So it's just, you got to play some of these, and they both do other effects as well, which is nice. Another card that goes through a deck really quick is I don't even know the name of this, but Draw Dish. Everyone knows already. Draw Dish is great. It helps you load. Like if you didn't ride this card for its on-ride effect, you can dump it with this into the grave. You can use this card to dump. Yeah, just these 8 cards. It's also a card that, like the Liesel-Lot summons this is really good. You can fix your hand in the early game. It helps you dig deeper to get to your Vert, to get to your Prism cards. Any card that can dig a little bit deeper. Excuse me, there was a siren that went by outside, so had to cut the video for a sec. But yeah, like cards that go through your deck quick helps you, resolve that issue of being a little bit inconsistent, of you needing specific pieces to go full combo because you're just looking for them. And Draw Ditch is another way to go through your deck, look for combo pieces. Next up, we play 3 of this new card. It's kind of similar to this grade 1. It's just you can sack it to check top 2, Acrobike from Pokemon basically. Check top 2, take one of them, the other goes to drop. It's good because you can load up Aquas in the grave, Ellie's in the grave, or you can just find combo pieces again. Like this deck is, you find the combo pieces, you're basically winning the game. If you don't find the combo pieces, your deck's a little bit bricky. So you just play as many cards as possible to create maximum consistency. With these consistency cards, you could also find like Aquas and Liesel-Lots, and it's just you find all your powerful cards, you win the game. You don't find them, you're just like every other deck, and you suck. So yeah, that's it. It's a bunch of powerful cards, a bunch of support cards, and then onto triggers. I don't think I can fit them. Maybe I can. I'll just leave this out. I can't really fit them. I'm just gonna take these away real quick. So triggers, I play 8 crit, 4 heal, 4 PG. I'm not really looking to do because I can go long, and because my hand size is big, I don't need the 30k Sentinel. PG is perfectly fine. Because I'm going long, I don't really need crit pressure because I can comfortably go long, play the long game. So I think 8 crit's fine. I think playing this PG is good because again, some matchups, the only popular deck right now is Bermuda, and some of the other powerhouses pre Twinkle Melody. All the Bermuda decks, you would love to have PGs a lot of the time. The ones, especially the ones that can go really, really big, like Plon. So yeah, it's perfectly fine. And starter, SP starter, you know. So yeah, that's the deck profile. Vert, definitely my favorite Bermuda deck coming out of Twinkle Melody. Next would be Ange, and then next would probably be Pacifica because it got some buffs. I'm not a big fan of Plon, actually. Not a big fan of Lupina, though those decks are strong, they are not the decks I want to be playing. So yeah, that's the deck list. With the new setup, there was a couple audio issues I think throughout the video, but as we work through fixing these little kinks, so we hopefully can bring you the best quality content that we can. Thank you for tuning in. See you in the next video. Peace.